Hi, now welcome to a video on sound, flow and tension. And this is all about learning how to get into the extreme upper register of the instrument. So in simple terms, in very simple terms, every sound that you make is a result of the airflow that you've got and the tension that you've got in the aperture corners. So we can say in the lip tissue, but that can be a little bit misleading. So I really want to focus, as I've said in other videos, on the corners of the aperture. We discover that by saying ah is loose, ooh, the ooh is more tension. So it is that tension that changes the pitch. So firstly, I want to find the aperture corners like I was just doing. I'll even take a backswing. Now, some of you may be taught to go to set the aperture. So I would ask you to consider going moo, because you'll feel when you do that you'll lose the pinch and the grip in the lips. Moo. Find your airstream. Place the visualiser over the airstream. Shut your eyes, open your eyes, shut your eyes, open your eyes, and just get used to that feeling. That's where I want the mouthpiece to sit. I'm not going to try and buzz the mouthpiece. I'm just going to keep everything nice and loose. Now, for about 18 months, I realized eventually that I was using the visualizer one way and the mouthpiece another way. So shut your eyes and make sure that the feeling is the same when you go to place the mouthpiece on your lips. I want to make sure that it is the same feeling as the visualizer. Now I can turn that into a buzz if I like. I can put a bit of extra tension, a bit of into the middle lips. I was asked recently if someone's lip aperture is too wide, how do we get them to close it down to get a vibration on the instrument? And I just suggest that we go and then just do a at the start, but that'll turn into a you're still going to let the lip tissue go. So if I tighten the lip tissue, I can just move the jaw up a little bit and tighten the corners a bit and then pinch the lip a little bit more, and I can get a buzz. And there are sound implications to that, some positive depending on the sound that you want, but I want to keep it as open and loose and free as possible, so when I'm going into the upper register I've still got that same feeling. So I will spend quite a few minutes as you can see, there's no push of the air in, release. Now I will say again that I've been challenged from different angles that I'm changing something when I put the lead pipe over the mouthpiece. All I can do is just get you to experience it and try it and hold the lead pipe as loosely as you can and feel the lip begin to vibrate. I can feel the spot even before the lead pipe actually touches that sort of locking position from the mouthpiece. I can feel where the vibration starts with the lips, and that's the feeling that I want when I'm playing. Now I'll very quickly go through what I might do to prepare on a day. Now this is a very, very condensed, quick version. So I'll do a couple of longer notes, but very free, and not for so long as I start and have to push the air or tighten everything up. It's just a good breath in. And that's about as long as I'm going to go. Then I'll do that G down to C. Now, what I was doing there is very, very important for developing the upper register. It's feeling the air pressure behind the lips, behind the tongue. Even when you're not playing, the support stays on. It will sound like this. Now, I do what these days is called the K modified tonguing. In other words, the tip of the tongue stays behind my lower teeth at the front. The tip stays there. The middle part of the tongue touches the roof of the mouth and it stops the air, but the pressure is still on in the body. Now, if you watch the video of Rafael Mendez on my blog, it talks about you don't need any more compression in the body than what you need in general conversation. And we all tend to overblow the instrument. And what also happens is that we tend to try and blow more air going into the upper register because we don't understand the tension requirements of the lips. In other words, if the shape isn't right, we instinctively compensate by pushing our air harder, and that's that feeling of, sort of tension and compression in the body. Although over the years it's been misunderstood as that is what creates the range. It's not quite right. That's what supports the range, but there's less air travels through the instrument as you get higher. Yet instinctively we try to push more. So that is where we need to understand that the tension requirements of the aperture corners and the looseness of the lip to let the air out is very, very vital. So what I'm going to do now is take a breath and keep the flow the same. So if you do those very fast harmonic slurs, then you will realize that at that speed, you can't push the air to change pitch. So it is the tension of the lips changing that is changing the pitch. Now, if you understand that going all the way up and also understand that there's less air traveling through the instrument, then you will learn over time to not kick the air. Now, this is where the reprogramming comes in. It's very difficult to retrain the way that we instinctively think. It's possible, but it's difficult. It takes time, and it takes time away from the instrument, and it takes time using the visualiser and the lead pipe to retrain the feelings that we've got, basically retraining our instinct. When you've got that understanding, then the upper register notes will start to speak, because you're not pushing the air too hard, you're not straining the lip tissue, you're not putting it under too much tension. It's going to let the air out, and the corners of the aperture, they're going to be coming in, they're going to be firming up as you get higher without doing that pinch down of the top lip.